Hey there. We are on day 150, I think. Yep, 150 of our through the New Testament in 1 year. Today we're finishing up John chapter 11. And they left us hanging, right, yesterday. Jesus was on his way to Lazarus' house, or Lazarus and his sisters, Mary and Martha, lived. Okay. And he hadn't got into the city proper yet. And Mary and Martha came to him, right? If you were only here, you could have saved him, right? Lazarus had been dead for days now. So let's finish that story, all right? Now, Jesus had not yet come into the village, but was still in a place where Martha had met him. When the Jews who were with her in the house, consoling her, saw Mary rise quickly to go out, they followed her, supposing that she was going to the tomb to weep there. Now, when Mary came to where Jesus was and saw him, she fell at his feet, saying to him, Lord, if you had been here, my brother would not have died. When Jesus saw her weeping, and the Jews who had come with her also weeping, he was deeply moved, right, in his spirit, and greatly troubled. He said, Where have you laid him? They said to him, Come and see. In 35, shortest verse in the Bible, Jesus wept, right? So the Jews said, See how he loved him. But some of them said, Could not he who opened the eyes of the blind men also have kept this man from dying? Okay, so Jesus wept, okay? He wept for Mary and Martha and the people who loved him, for the pain they were going through. Okay, he knew he was going to raise him from the dead. He knew a week ago he was going to raise him from the dead. But it's important to know that God will weep with you, right? He has that kind of empathy. Okay, Jesus raises Lazarus. Then Jesus, deeply moved again, came to the tomb. It was a cave, and a stone lay against it. Jesus said, Take away the stone. Martha, the sister of the dead man, said to him, Lord, by this time there would be an odor, for he has been dead 4 days. Jesus said to her, Did I not tell you that if you believed, you would see the glory of God? So they took away the stone. And Jesus lifted up his eyes and said, Father, I thank you that you have heard me. I knew that you always hear me, but I said this on account of the people standing around, that they may believe that you had sent me. When he said these things, he cried out with a loud voice, Lazarus, come out. The man who had died came out, his hands and feet bound with linen strips, and his face wrapped with a cloth. Jesus said to him, Unbind him and let him go. Right? Plot to kill Jesus, of course. Many of the Jews, therefore, who had come with Mary and had seen what he did, believed in him. But some of them went to the Pharisees and told them what Jesus had done. So the chief priests and the Pharisees gathered a council and said, What are we to do? For this man performs many signs. If we let him go on like this, everyone will believe in him, and the Romans will come and take away both our place and our nation. But one of them, Caiaphas, who was high priest that year, said to them, You know nothing at all, nor do you understand that it is better for you that one man should die for the people, not that the whole nation should perish. He did not say this of his own accord, but being high priest that year, he prophesied that Jesus would die for the nation, and not for the nation only, but also to gather into the children of God who are scattered abroad. So from that day on, they made plans to put him to death. Okay. Jesus, therefore, no longer walked openly among the Jews, but he went from there to the region near the wilderness, to a town called Ephraim. And there he stayed with his disciples. Now the Passover of the Jews was at hand, and many went up from the country to Jerusalem before the Passover to purify themselves. They were looking for Jesus, and saying to one another as they stood in the temple, What do you think? That he will not come to the feast at all? Now the chief priests and the Pharisees had given orders that if anyone knew where he was, he should let them know, so they might arrest him. Did they have a reason to arrest him? No. They're just afraid that their cushy lives and their cushy jobs and their cushy homes will be threatened. Terrible, huh? So, there you go. That's chapter 11. I think that's chapter 11, right? Yep, tomorrow we'll start chapter 12. Right? Mary anoints Jesus at Bethany. So, there you have it. It's getting exciting, huh? So, right in the middle, raise Lazarus from the dead. Good stuff. So, there you go. Catch something you may have missed. All right, they're all down there. all right, and keep up with us on our story through the New Testament in a year. So give us a like. Think about it. Tell your friends. Tomorrow we'll do it again. See you.